tonight's Game 7. Reggie Miller held under double figures for the first time in the playoffs in Game 6, but of course he virtually won Games 3 and 4 for the Pacers. Larry Bird, the NBA's Coach of the Year, with his assistants Rick Carlisle and Dick Harder. Here's Phil Jackson's lineup. Michael Jordan needs just 5 points tonight to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading playoff scorer. Phil Jackson, the all-time leading coach in terms of winning percentage in both the regular season and the playoffs in NBA history.
Michael Jordan told me he's only been in this situation 3 times, only 1 time successfully, which makes him feel uneasy. He also said he's feeling a lot of pressure, not so much on how he'll play, but if the Bulls will rise to the occasion. They don't have to wait long because the game is about to begin. But before that, let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. Well, Larry Bird told his team to wear their uniforms to the game. He wanted them to focus early. Then when they got here, he gave a very emotional and personal speech. He told them, guys, believe in yourselves. Believe in your dreams. We can win this whole thing. He then went on to tell them of the 1981 Celtics and his first title and the parade that the team had and what it felt like to have a whole city salute you. He said, guys, it can all be yours. I believe in you. Believe in yourselves. Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose, and a lot of the guys told me it really got to them.
Philadelphia 76ers against Bird's Celtics at Boston Garden in 1982. One of 2 7th games that Larry Bird lost in 8 tries. His Celtics won 6 of 8 7th games. Kukoc. Short. Rebound to Jordan. His first shot is a putback. And Chicago has a 5-4 lead.
He'll move Miller around, and then as the shot goes up, watch as he goes after it. Goes up and puts it right back in. He attacked that rebound, Doug, like it was a home, like he was starving for that basketball. Michael Jordan has come out with the type of energy and emotion.
Dale Davis. Miller. On the run, scoops it up, and it rolls home for him. And other than Dale Davis, a sub-50% free throw shooter for the year. Up and under by Jordan, but can't hit it off the glass.
And how long is Phil Jackson going to stay with Kukoc in this matchup against Davis?
Davis again, good again.
I think he's going to go right down to the bench right now. Phil's going to call a timeout. This is something he usually doesn't do. He has great confidence in his team, and he lets them play through these kind of moments.
After the timeout, it's Jordan. Miller has the assignment on him. He gets around him and lays it in. No basket. No basket, says Hugh Evans. Foul before the shot. The crowd seemingly stunned. Rather quiet at this stage. Good pass to Harper from Jordan. Davis turns to face the hoop. It's Kukoc alone on him. Now Harper comes on the double. Davis hits the turnaround, and the Pacers lead by 12.
See, what Indiana has done is they're softened the Chicago Bulls up inside. Now when you come with the double team, that should free Mullin and Miller up to attack from the outside.
And Phil Jackson is looking for Dennis Rodman. He's not on the bench. I think he's riding the bike, so he'll be coming into the game.
Kukoc with a bad miss.
Bob, what they're going to need from Dennis Rodman is this right here. An energy lift, toughness, emotion. Remember game 1, the Bulls were so flat. He came in off the bench, made tremendous hustle plays, and got this crowd into the game.
And he should be able to capitalize on the offensive boards because every time they go to Pippen and Jordan in the low post, they're coming off of Longley. Smith is coming off of Longley to double team, which should free Rodman up for offensive rebounds.
Smiths. Pippen got a hand on it. Longley picks it up. Here's a 2-on-1 break. Michael to Pippen the trap. And that gets the crowd back into it. And Indiana immediately turns it over.
Turnover from Rick Smits leads to this. A 2-on-1 fast break. Michael Jordan. And you get Scottie Pippen with the big slam. And then the careless inbounds play. Reggie Miller just took his eye off the ball and it goes out of bounds. Those are all momentum energy plays, and you cannot make those kind of mental errors in a game of this kind of magnitude.
Antonio Davis pops the jumper, and it goes in and out. Longley has it. Here's Michael. It's McKey on him now. Miller comes over on the double team. Scotty with the floater.
I think they're going to have to make Pippen make a jump shot. They're running at him, and he's beating them and getting into the lane.
Dale Davis against Kukoc once again. 3 seconds to shoot, and Miller slices through, takes the pass, and hits the reverse. Miller trying to contend with Jordan. And Michael's jumper in the lane is short.
Bobby's only 1 for 5 now.
Davis over Kukoc. Not this time. Rodman has the rebound. Miller for 3. He felt it, caught it, tough turn the opposite way.
Reggie Miller on a little zipper screen coming to the top. That's a tough catch. You're going away and you turn and you square. That's great footwork.
Davis, little jumper, off. Loose ball, grabbed by Rodman, heaves it at the horn. And after 1, the Pacers, who are up by 13 at one point, lead by 8. Jordan's still a spectator with 10 minutes to play in the half, and his team down 7.
With all this, they're only up 7 points right now.
Michael comes back in after sitting out the first 2:28 of this second quarter. Miller is for the moment on the Pacer bench. Antonio Davis against Rodman. Jumper over it. Won't go. And Dennis clutches the rebound. Kukoc out to Jordan. Puts it on the floor against McKey. And the fadeaway is good. Only his second field goal. Best open for 3. In and out. Jordan back the other way. It's Kerr. His 3 is there. Jordan splits the defense and ties the game. It's Smith's. Kerr has it.
Now you ask why the floor is so spread right now, because they have shooters. Look at the spacing. Look at the driving lane. There's no one there to impede his progress. Now Michael knows that he has shooters out on the floor right now. Penetrates, drops it to Kerr for the 3.
Meanwhile, the last foul was on Antonio Davis, which is his 3rd.
Now you watch Jordan inside. The double team is late. Why? Because now there's shooters out on the floor, which allows Jordan enough time to operate inside.
Hugh Evans hands it to Michael. Into the lane he goes. Ball knocked loose. He recovers and forces up a shot as a whistle blows, and he'll come to the free throw line. We know the NBA Finals will start on Wednesday at the Delta Center. Will it be the Pacers or the Bulls? As the opponent for Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jerry Sloan, and the Jazz. A rematch? Or for the first time, will a former ABA team make it as far as the NBA Finals? Smits reaches the bench after being yanked with his 3rd foul.
The importance of that Pacer bench. Michael Jordan, nobody blocks him out. The best player in the NBA. He follows his shot up and gets the 3-point play the hard way. The Pacer bench today, so vital in their success, only 1 of 5. When a guy shoots a free throw, somebody's supposed to block him out. The Pacers, nobody blocks him out. You see Best and Miller in no man's land.
Jordan to the hoop, then dishes it out to Pippen. Cross-court Kerr, open 3. Got it! Michael in the lane. The Bulls by 5. And Jordan into double figures with 11. Jordan up on Reggie. Working on him. Shooting it against him and getting the roll, but an offensive foul perhaps.
You see Miller trying to draw the foul. Jordan is on him like a wet blanket. And Miller jumps right into him, creates the contact, and Dick Bavetta is right there to call the offensive foul.
And Jordan is pushed.
is that the bench has come in and allowed him to get his legs back. You see the floor is so spread out now because they have shooters. So all you need is an easy pick inside, and now he's only going against 2 defenders inside. If Dale Davis comes to help, he can dump it off to Rodman.
You know, I think what also has happened, Isaiah, is that what Ahmad talked about before the game, Michael was saying, who's going to come through and play for us today?
And when you're the leader of your team.
Jordan putting the moves on McKey and putting the ball in the basket.
Michael Jordan got off to such a slow start. He comes back in the second quarter. The rhythm is back, the bounce in his step. It's given his team such an emotional lift in this quarter.
Harper has it knocked away. Rodman recovers it and goes to the hoop. Jordan with McKey on him. Michael into the lane. The follow. That doesn't drop, but then Pippen is there finally for the tip. Miller. Contact with Burrell. No call. Reggie fires and hits the 3. Reggie for 3 again. Good again. A 1-point game. Just under 10 seconds.
I'm running at Michael Jordan right now. Get it out of his hands.
Michael against McKey. Finds Burrell, and Burrell with a huge hoop that beats the horn. Jordan and Burrell are both arguing. Jordan talking about a previous possession where he thought he was fouled.
You see, Doug, you talked about going to double Jordan, but he's so smart and he sees the floor so well. You see Burrell goes up, hesitate, takes the double pump and the hit from Dale Davis, but they don't call the foul. And you see Michael Jordan going right at Hugh Evans, wanting a foul. He said, hey, I was going up and he knocked it out of my hands. That was a foul.
Whether it's Hugh Hollins or Hugh Evans, no matter the hue, the Bulls apparently are seeing red. Their lead is cut to 3. In the first half, Reggie Miller was 5 of 7 from the field, including 3 of 4 from three-point range. A couple of late threes brought the Pacers back just before intermission. Michael Jordan 6 of 13 overall after a 1 of 5 start in the first quarter. Back with Doug Collins and Isaiah Thomas, Bob Costas at the United Center. They start the second half with the ball, Jim, and it's Mullin bringing it out of the backcourt against the defense of Jordan. Puts it behind his back on it. Into the lane for Miller, and Reggie Miller with a little flip move. Jordan with Miller on it. Now around Smits. It comes up short. He gets his own rebound. He tries again, and this time gets the result he's looking for. 2-point game. Kukoc again. Good again. Kukoc. 3 in a row, and that was a 3.
Great start here in the third quarter. With Rodman coming off the bench, now Kukoc with a great third quarter. 7 quick points.
Miller, another 3. Got it again. Jordan deals it out to Harper. Kukoc feeling it, and Rodman, his second consecutive 3. His 4th straight field goal of this quarter. Dennis Rodman has been riding the bike down in the tunnel. He'll be back soon, we would guess. But not for Kukoc as long as he stays this hot. Here's Pippen with the fadeaway. And Scottie Pippen nails it.
Remember at the top of the game we said Michael Jordan can't win this game by himself. He needs help. Well, he's getting a lot of help today.
17 from Kukoc and 13 from Pippen. When Pippen comes over, Jackson is open, but fires it long. And Jordan is there to collect the carom. Mullin with a good look, but can't hit the 3. Harper is the guy who's pulled from the lineup as Rodman comes in. Kukoc has it knocked away and stolen by Miller. Footbridge for Jordan. Reggie is fouled by Michael, who reacts with a disgusted display.
You see what he did right there? He just took the feet out from under Reggie Miller so he couldn't plant and jump.
Michael Poked away and a foul. Now Mullin has 4 fouls. The free throw is his 18th point. How are they going to win game 7 with Rick Smits giving them next to nothing offensively? Jordan misses the second one. Here is Jordan to Kukoc, who's been on fire and stays that way. 21 for Kukoc. Jordan trying to split the defense, and there's an Indiana foul.
It's important for Chicago to get some cushion so you can rest Michael Jordan. Michael has great confidence in Tony. He's come through in this quarter, hitting big shot after big shot. And this is what you have to do to defend your championship.
2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in a third quarter that has belonged to Tony Kukoc. 5 of 5, 14 points. Jordan sent to the line after Dale Davis's second foul, and a second consecutive free throw miss for Michael.
You can see the top 3 scorers for Chicago, what they've done today. The importance are Pippen and Kukoc. Look, they've combined for 34 points.
Scottie Pippen comes back in. Michael Jordan for a breather with 58.5 seconds to play in the third quarter. Steve Kerr, long 3. And it comes up way short. The Bulls led by 3 at the half. They tack a point onto their lead in the third quarter.
Now Larry Bird is comfortable with the position that he's in right now because Indiana has dominated the fourth quarter in this series thus far.
That's 5 on Rodman.
You see Davis trying to establish low post position on the box, and they call the foul on Rodman. There's a lot of contact right there. Jordan's a little disappointed in that, knows that Rodman has picked up his 5th foul, and the Davis boys have been punishing whoever is on him right now, which Dickie Simpkins is guarding Antonio Davis right now.
Bushler is on Rose. Around an Antonio Davis screen for the jump shot that evens the issue at 69. That have managed to come back from 0-2 deficits and win a best-of-7 series. Houston, along the way to championships in '94 and '95, did it in consecutive years. Jordan spinning, twisting, looping one up there, no good. Longley looking for some help. It's Jordan. 6 in a row have gone awry for him. Kukoc to Jordan. The Bulls playing for a 6th title. Pacers playing for a first ever trip to the finals. 7 misses in a row for Jordan, but not 8.
Offensive rebounds. You play the great initial defense. Remember what the first half was about, 15 to 1 on the offensive boards.
Jordan to the hoop. And he'll come to the foul line after an explosion to the basket. He can't do that as often as he once did. He can't do it throughout the game. But when he needs to, the explosion is there.
Bulls get Rick Smits involved in pick and roll. He can't jump out there to stop it. The Bulls know it. Look, he can't move his feet. He opens up, and he ushers Michael right to the basket for the dunk. So look for the Bulls now to get Rick Smits involved in as many plays as possible where he has to move his feet.
Michael, head fake on Smits, into the lane against 3 defenders. Can't put it down. Loose ball tipped out to Pippen. Kerr can tie it, and does. Antonio Davis gives the Pacers the lead again. Jordan to the hoop. And an Indiana foul.
Now Doug, Jordan turned on the Jets. 8 minutes to go.
Kukoc goes out. Rodman back in. These teams have played every other day now, dating back to Game 3 a week ago yesterday in Indianapolis. Now both are veteran teams, but Indiana is deeper, and 2 of Indiana's key reserves, Rose and Best, are energetic young players. You have to believe that if fatigue hits anybody first. Best trying to drive on Kerr, pushed off of him for an offensive foul. And now Best has 4.
Yeah, see, Best was trying to turn that corner. Smith had his man sealed. Best was trying to turn the corner, and he used that forearm just to push Kerr off.
Pippen. Chicago leads it, 81-79. Who goes to the floor to try to recover it, but his saving pass is stolen by Kukoc. Jordan taking it to the basket, taking a pounding. Players spilling all over the floor, and Jordan coming to the free throw line. Michael misses them both.
Now, if you're Mark Jackson right now, you got to keep your dribble. You can't give up on your dribble.
Smith can't hit the hook. 5 on the shot clock. Michael dumps it off to an open Longley. And the Bulls have a little bit of breathing room. Ahead by 4. McKey, and he travels. Timeout with 3:16 left.
Championships are all about trust. Trusting your teammate. When you get double teamed, you give the ball up and you say, you gotta help me. Michael Jordan spins, he finds Luke Longley. Luke hasn't been the man now shooting it, but he knocks it in, and Michael Jordan on his way back points and said, I'm going to need you, and all of you to help us win this game today.
2-point Chicago lead. Michael Jordan. Michael gets them both. Dealing out to Miller. Big 3. Won't go. In fact, an air ball, but it looks like a perfect pass to Antonio Davis. Driving, throws up a little hook. It bounces home, plus a foul.
Reggie Miller right here got caught up on the screen, and he pushed Antonio Davis into a foul.
And Davis has fouled out. Pippen trying to take the lead to 5. Which he cannot do. But Jordan out-battles 2 Pacers for the rebound. And now he'll take some time off the clock.
Michael's going to open the court here and attack.
Trapped along the sideline. Ball loose. 4 seconds to shoot. Pippen, got to get it off. Beat the shot clock, but missed it long. They look for Smith, and Harper deflects it and comes up with the steal. 5 on the shot clock. Michael against McKey. Lets it go. And can't put the Pacers away, but the offensive rebound across the basket to Harper, which has been part of the story all night. Jordan. Longley beats the shot clock. Rebound to McKey. McKey for 3. It's long. And Michael is there, as he so often is, with whatever it takes. 12 seconds. Harper in the front court. 10 seconds. Miller reaches in and fouls him with 8.9. It appears the Bulls will survive the Pacers. But what Michael Jordan termed a bump in the road was anything but. It was a mountain to climb. And they barely reached the summit, if in fact they have. 5 points to the Pacers 3. Smith grabs the rebound and asks for a timeout. Reggie running off screens, but it's Smith with a quick turnaround and miss. Dale Davis can't hit the tip. Longley has it, protects the ball, and on to the finals. For the 6th time in 8 years, go the Chicago Bulls.
you did tonight.
Hey, man, this team is real tough, as you can see. I mean, we had to fight for everything that we got. And, you know, we had some key plays from Judge Bushler. The judge came in and gave us some great minutes. Steve Kerr got us back in the game in the first half. And I think that's where we really, you know, momentum-wise, started to pick things up. When we first came out, I could sense everybody was a little nervous, a little tense. But somehow when we got back in the ball game, we knew we were in a fight. But we knew we had a chance, too.
One of the big keys in this game, like you're saying, you were saying we. We was very strong this evening.
It is a we. It's not one individual. I know, you know, everybody maybe sometimes sit back and wait for me to do it. But today, everybody had to step forward. You know, this team played a heck of a game defense on me, and, you know, everybody had to step up and expand the defense. And Steve Kerr really did a good job with that, and Luke and Tony Kukoc.
Now, the pressure is not off because this isn't the goal. The goal is in the next round.
Yeah, but we had to get to the round, so it was a hard fight, 7-game series, and, you know, Utah's back there waiting for us, and they got the home court advantage this year, and it's going to be even tougher. So, I mean, I think a day off will give us a chance to clear our minds and put what's happened behind us and focus on what's in front of us.
All right, Michael, enjoy yourself momentarily. Gear up for the championship run.
Confidence in his team, and he lets them play through these kind of moments.
After the timeout, it's Jordan. Miller has the assignment on him. He gets around him and lays it in. No basket. No basket, says Hugh Evans. Foul before the shot. The crowd seemingly stunned. Rather quiet at this stage. Good pass to Harper from Jordan. Davis turns to face the hoop. It's Kukoc alone on him. Now Harper comes on the double. Davis hits the turnaround, and the Pacers lead by a dozen.
See, what Indiana has done is just softened the Chicago Bulls up inside. Now when you come with the double team, that should free Mullin and Miller up to attack from the outside.
And Phil Jackson is looking for Dennis Rodman. He's not on the bench. I think he's riding the bike, so he'll be coming into the game.
Kukoc with a bad miss.
To the occasion. They don't have to wait long because the game is about to begin. But before that, let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. Well, Larry Bird told his team to wear their uniforms to the game. He wanted them to focus early. Then when they got here, he gave a very emotional and personal speech. He told them, guys, believe in yourselves. Believe in your dreams. We can win this whole thing. He then went on to tell them of the 1981 Celtics and his first title and the parade that the team had and what it felt like to have a whole city salute you. He said, guys, it can all be yours. I believe in you. Believe in yourselves. Mark Jackson, Jalen Rose, and a lot of the guys told me it really got to them.
Philadelphia 76ers against Bird's Celtics at Boston Garden in 1982. One of 2 7th games that Larry Bird lost in 8 tries. His Celtics won 6 of 8 7th games. Kukoc. Short. For tonight's Game 7. Reggie Miller held under double figures for the first time in the playoffs in Game 6, but of course he virtually won Games 3 and 4 for the Pacers. Larry Bird, the NBA's Coach of the Year, with his assistants Rick Carlisle and Dick Harder. Here's Phil Jackson's lineup. Michael Jordan needs just 5 points tonight to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading playoff scorer. Phil Jackson, the all-time leading coach in terms of winning percentage in both the regular season and the playoffs in NBA history.
Michael Jordan told me he's only been in this situation 3 times, only 1 time successfully, which makes him feel uneasy. He also said he's feeling a lot of pressure, not so much on how he'll play, but if the Bulls will rise.
Bob, what they're going to need from Dennis Rodman is this right here, an energy lift. Toughness, emotion. Remember Game 1? The Bulls were so flat. He came in off the bench, made tremendous hustle plays, and got this crowd into the game.
And he should be able to capitalize on the offensive boards because every time they go to Pippen and Jordan in the low post, they're coming off of Longley. Smith is coming off of Longley to double team, which should free Rodman up for offensive rebounds.
Smiths. Pippen got a hand on it. Longley picks it up. Here's a 2-on-1 break. Michael to Pippen the track. And that gets the crowd back into it. And Indiana immediately turns it over. Bound to Jordan. His first shot is a putback. And Chicago has a 5-4 lead.
He'll move Miller around, and then as the shot goes up, watch as he goes after it. Goes up and puts it right back in. He attacked that rebound, Doug, like it was a hungry, like he was starving for that basketball. Michael Jordan has come out with the type of energy and emotion.
Dale Davis. Miller. On the run, scoops it up, and it rolls home for him. And other than Dale Davis, a sub-50% free throw shooter for the year. Up and under by Jordan, but can't hit it off the glass.
And how long is Phil Jackson going to stay with Kukoc in this matchup against Davis?
Davis again, good again.
I think he's going to go right down to the bench right now. Phil's going to call a timeout. This is something he usually doesn't do. He has great